Hello and welcome. Today's project is a 78 Glastron powered by a 77 115 horsepower Evinrude outboard. I've seen a lot of these boats in my day. Never one this nice. Never. Usually the fiberglass is just falling apart. The floor is just done for. They're disgusting boats. This one, it's been in a garage its whole life, it looks like. Carpet's not bad, interior's not bad. The guy took the seats out. I don't know why, but yeah. So it doesn't have any seats. We have obviously a newer steering wheel / system and the original controller that probably came with that motor. Except it has a weird key in it, but the key works, so I'm not gonna mess with it. The complaint is that it is leaking fuel, which you can see by that little spot, and we have some little runs right here down in the boat. And yeah, that's all I really know so far. He says it'll start with choke, but that it won't stay running. Part of me wonders if he had the motor tilted up when he's trying. But, yeah, we'll see. Have the trailer tongue as low as it'll go, and the engine is still hitting the ground. So I'm going to jack it up, raise the little wheel jack, and then lower it down with the hoist to try to get this thing level again. Got the engine, well, I got the front of the trailer tongue an inch from the ground, and now the engine is sitting where it's supposed to. I bet you anything he was trying to start this thing when it's at its full tilt like that. And that's why it's leaking gas and the primer isn't getting firm. I could be wrong. I probably should have asked him, but I didn't. Something's up with this latch. Alright, little brute strength never hurt. Alright, pretty clean motor. Reeks of fuel though. We got a new aftermarket starter, solenoid, and coils. Well, one new one. Wiring's intact. New fuel pump. Looks like an aftermarket fuel pump. That's a problem. On this side, carb nuts are swapped out with lock nuts that don't fit. Yeah. You know, it doesn't really look too bad. Alright, well, I'm not a big fan of that fuel pump, but primer's pumping, staying firm. I don't see any gas leaking. If it was going to leak gas, it would leak already. Gonna pull the plugs out, have a look at them, check for spark. Looks brand new and it's got fuel on it. Looks brand new, no fuel. Brand new fuel. Brand new fuel. So, no fuel in the plug on that one. One of the scary things with that is, let's say it's got a clogged carburetor jet and this one's not getting fuel. Yeah, it'll run. And if you're not familiar with the motor, you may not even know it's running on 3 cylinders. And you're just running that cylinder dry its whole time. Could be a lot of problems. Yeah, it's probably connected, huh? You can, I wish it was just its original color. I know people paint these things to try to make them look newer and whatnot. I just don't care for it. I just wish it was original color. Reason being, I don't like looking at these things and seeing the overspray right there. It just, I don't know, just makes me feel like it's cheap. Okay, got the remote start switch on here. Got the key turned on. Compression gauge hooked up. And my little spark checker going. That's an ugly sounding starter. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Well, on a side note, since I don't have enough clutter in the garage, I picked myself up this cart from V-Board. I have this to wheel around. I have one of those folding picnic table type carts that I've been using. But I saw this thing and I'm like, ooh, that's good. How's this thing work? Big Velcro strap. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Packing out of the way. Oh, that's not bad. All right, here is the status. We have, well, no compression on the bottom cylinder, says the gauge. The problem is it's very hard to see anything until you hit 30 psi. The old finger in the hole trick shows just a pinch of air coming out of there. Just a pinch, like max 5 psi. Not enough to register on the gauge, but there is something in there. The other engines I've done where have holes in the pistons, absolutely nothing. And I really doubt it's a head gasket. Just out of pure guessery, but it might be. I kind of feel it would be a disservice just to say, yeah, your power head's screwed up, come get this thing, without actually checking. You know what I mean? Now there is a concern just popping the cylinder head off. One is the gasket. Two is if you break a bolt. I mean, as it sits right now, it looks like a good motor. He might be able to sell it to somebody. Unsuspecting as is kind of thing. Tell him it's got a bad cylinder. I don't know. So that bolt's moving. That bolt's moving. That bolt. All right, off comes the cylinder head. I mean, it's pretty clean. It smells like fuel. Yep. Right there. That's a problem. You can also see on the top a little bit of scoring. Can't feel it though. Rest of it looks fine. Still see the cross hatching on that side. And on the other side, you can see the ring. Looks nice and springy. And the bottom one here, yeah, he lost a ring, definitely. All right, here we are on the bottom cylinder. You can see a lot of fuel and oil inside of here, which is odd because how clean the spark plug was. I really want to get you in there, but there you go. Now you see the ring. See the ring right here? And then you see nothing all the way up to where our hole is. And then you see a little bit more ring. So he lost this cylinder's ring from here all the way down to there. So yeah, that sucks. You can see some chipping of the sleeve as well. Oh, yep, that sucks. You can see the little bit of scoring there. You know, it's kind of funny as I think about this right now. Oh, nothing's funny about this. This sucks for the guy. Don't get me wrong. But what's funny is previously, when you've seen me work on motors, when you see this problem, they don't go back together. And here I am, putting it back together for him. Now, in the world of, catastrophic ring failure, usually that whole cylinder is done for. But I mean, geez, that cylinder head looks good. Pistons look good, except for the bad one. It's nice. It didn't blow up as you'd expect. So, yeah, well, and put it back together. Let him know. I've decided to put some sealant on this head gasket. Reason being is he may not believe me and want to take it in for a second opinion. So I want a nice good seal on there. That way they can verify the same results I just did. That and any other boat shop will see the fluid oozing out here and say, yeah, no, they put that stuff on there. They already checked it. It's done. We don't need to look at it. We believe the last guy. I bet you that's how that would go. Now, you may have noticed when I was doing the compression ignition check that this cylinder wasn't firing. I know. I would normally diagnose it. I'm guessing power pack, but it could be the timer base. With any luck, it would be the power pack. They're 150. Timer base is over 300. So really you want this thing to be broken. But there's no reason to diagnose it with a dead cylinder here. So it's kind of pointless. The other thing I would like to do at this point is go start the motor up and let you listen to what a engine with only running on 1 or 2 cylinders sounds like compared to a one that's firing on all 4. But that's not for today because not my motor. But if we fire it up and that piston catches on that rough opening on the exhaust port and this whole thing grenades, we're screwed. That's our fault. Right now it's intact just the way he brought it, so it's got to go back. So apologize for that one. Now, as far as his fuel leak concern that he had, I can almost guarantee you he was trying to fire this thing up when it was at its full tilt position. Carburetor floats, they don't work when it's at its full tilt. So it ain't going to run, and you ain't going to try to primer it up with fuel. It's just not going to happen. It needs to be down or trimmed a little bit. It can't be at its full tilt. And I'm pretty sure that's what he was trying to do. But I don't fault him for it. There was a time when I was new to outboards, and I didn't know that. I floated in some real shallow water in Benelli Park. That's where it was. Floated in some real shallow water, so I had the engine trimmed way up, mostly tilted. And the stupid thing would just not run, and I was mad. I was like, well, I just went through this motor. This thing's running great. What's the problem? And then I swam it out to deeper water, lowered the motor down, fired right up. And then, okay. So that's how I learned about that. That was, 20 years ago. So, yeah. If he's never done it, he hasn't learned that yet. Reason I believe that to be the case is I can guarantee you he didn't pull out a floor jack this thing up, raise up the trailer wheel, and then lower it back down low enough to get that motor down. I doubt that happened. Here it is outside. It really is a nice boat. Like, it is clean. It's sparkly and shiny. It's probably been in a garage its whole life, Although the trailer, it's not so nice. You can tell it was spray painted. Yeah, it came out okay. But the boat itself, it's pretty nice. I doubt that's original upholstery. I'd be shocked. It wouldn't surprise me though, given, I don't know. But I noticed this too. I see the crack right there on the transom. And we got another one over here. So it needs a motor and probably a transom. Transom might have a little bit of life left in it, but yeah, I don't know. Well, on a side note, I'm really liking this cart. I'm not going to leave all my tools in the boats anymore. Just put them on here and wheel it back to the toolbox and load it all back up. So yeah, not a paying job today, or I don't know. He might pay me when he gets here. I don't really care. I only got 8 minutes worth of time and 8 cents worth of materials into that boat, so not a huge loss. So unfortunate end, he's going to look around for another motor. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll see it again. Maybe we won't. Don't know. All right, everybody. See you next time.